In today's video, I'm going to tell you the things that I would do if I had a home service business to hit that six-figure mark quickly. I want to preface this by saying this is a little bit longer of a video than I typically make, but it's because all of the things I'm going to cover are very, very important. If you're watching this video, you're probably not yet at the six-figure mark. Maybe you're broke, or maybe you just want to take it up a notch. Regardless of the case, I'm going to tell you some of the fastest ways to hit that mark. Side note, if you guys ever want to book a call with me, the link to do so is down in the description of this video. The first thing we need to understand is where are homeowners going looking for the services that you provide? Because I think oftentimes we get sidetracked and derailed and try to do things that, maybe advertising your business on the back of receipts or something crazy. At the end of the day, when homeowners need a home service business, HVAC, plumbing, roofing, pressure washing, you name it, they're either going to Google or they're going to Facebook looking for suggestions. And as of right now, if you're not yet at that six-figure mark, it's probably because they can't find you on Google and people aren't recommending your business on Facebook. But before I cover those lead generation methods, we first need to have a good understanding of things you need to do to maximize your close rate and increase your revenue. Now, I know you want to skip this part and just jump straight into the lead generation, but please stick around because this part of it is very, very important. Because if you don't master these two principles, all of these other things are really going to be for nothing. And the two fundamentals really are getting to your leads faster than your competitors and having a high close rate. In a previous video that I actually just dropped yesterday, I really dove into these two fundamentals. If you want to check that video out, the link to that video is down in the description. But you really need to be responding to all of your Facebook messages, calling back all of your website leads, answering the phone 100% of the time, and doing your estimates in person. I bet for a lot of people out there, if they just did those things right, they would probably double their revenue in just a couple of months. Also, research shows that if you do your estimates in person, you will have a 30% higher close rate. But assuming that you watched my previous video or you have a really good understanding of those fundamentals, let's get into the things that you can actually do to drive a lot of leads to your business very quickly. Now, just a moment ago, I said how Facebook and Google are one of the biggest places homeowners go looking for your services. So I want to start off by talking about the three biggest things you can do on Google to increase your lead flow. The first thing you need to understand very quickly is how Google is set up and how the search results are broken up. When you type in HVAC company near me or pressure washing services near me and you press enter into Google, there are four places that your business can show up. And in order, most of the time, the order is Google Guaranteed, also known as Google Local Service Ads. Directly under that, you have sponsored Google Ads, which is driving traffic to your website. Then you have the Map Pack or the Google Business Profile section of Google. And then you have the organic search engine results. Now, for the sake of us trying to hit that six-figure mark very quickly, we're going to talk about the top three. Now, each of these three sections really deserve their own video, but I wanted to compact it down. So I'm going to give you some tangible things that you can do to really impact and make sure that your business shows up in these three areas. The way that you can dominate Google Guaranteed is by keeping your call response rate high. Google really penalizes you if you're not answering the phone at a high percentage because they only want to serve your ads to homeowners who can click the button and you actually answer the phone. And I've seen it firsthand when we set up Google Guaranteed for some of our clients, how, they'll have really good performance in the beginning and then their call rate drops to, 60, 70%. And then all of a sudden they stop getting calls. Are you starting to see a trend here with the whole pick up the phone thing? Now, the second way to dominate in the Google Guaranteed or Google Local Service Ad section is by having more reviews than your competitors. And the reason that I say this is, like I said, when a homeowner searches for a service that you provide, your Google Guaranteed listing shows alongside two other Google Guaranteed businesses in your area. So if you only have 5 reviews and you show up alongside with a company with 40 reviews and another one with 60, you're not going to get a lot of phone calls, if any. Now, that shouldn't stop you from setting up Google Guaranteed because you qualify to set it up the moment that you have 5 Google reviews on your Google business profile. And the cool thing is you only pay for connected calls. So if you have 5 reviews or 10 reviews and you set up Google Guaranteed, even if you only get, let's say, 3 calls in a month, well, you only pay for those connected calls, so you might spend $75. Now, obviously, as the reviews go up, then so will your Google Guaranteed performance, and you're going to get more calls, spend more money, but that's all assuming that your call response rate remains very high. Now, for the second section of Google that's really going to help you hit that six-figure mark very quickly, I briefly want to talk about Google Ads. Now, my suggestion here is do not run Google Ads yourself. As someone who has had thousands of consultations with home service business owners, I have never found a home service business owner who has been able to successfully get a good cost per lead running Google Ads themselves. Now, I'm not saying you have to call us and hire us to do it, but if you're really considering doing this and you really want to throw gas on the fire to your lead flow, I would highly suggest hiring a professional company to come in and run your Google Ads. And the reason that I say this is because Google Ads have a very high learning curve. They're not like Facebook ads. And honestly, even if you took a lot of courses and understood Google ads to the degree that the professionals do, that's only half the battle. You have to have a really nice, high converting website or landing page in order to actually convert that traffic. So, if your website's not that good and then you run Google ads, even if you nail the campaign, you're still going to get a high cost per lead because your website's not going to convert the traffic. So again, my suggestion here is to absolutely hire a professional. As a quick fact, if you're running Google ads, just something that you should know is that now this is going to vary niche to niche, market to market, but a really good cost per lead is anywhere between $30 and $50 cost per conversion. So if you're running your own Google ads or if you're having somebody do it, you should be looking for somebody for a cost per lead somewhere between $30 and $50 a lead on Google. And lastly, the third place of Google that you're going to want to crush it if you want to hit that six-figure mark quickly is going to be in the map pack. Now, if you've been following me or you've been watching my videos, I preach about this all of the time. I talk about the map pack. I talk about how to rank up in the map pack, but I'm briefly going to cover it here. The number one way to increase your rank in the map pack and for a wider radius is by increasing your Google reviews. Now, the first ranking factor is, does the keyword somebody's searching for appear in your business name? So for example, if you're Joe's Soft Wash and you're trying to get shown for pressure washing related keywords, you are going to be at a disadvantage. And if you're Mike's Heating and Cooling, but people are searching for HVAC in Google, you're going to be at a disadvantage. Now, is it the end all be all? Absolutely not, but it does absolutely help you when you can have that keyword in your Google business profile name. The other thing is obviously going to be the amount of reviews that you have. So as you increase the amount of reviews that you have, you will rank number one for a much wider radius from your business address. Not only will that help your rank in the map pack, but like we said earlier, a big part of your Google guaranteed performance is also based on those reviews. So, really when you're trying to hit that six-figure mark fast, the number one thing that you can do is increase those reviews. I can tell you with a high degree of certainty, if I were to sell my company tomorrow and started a home service business and I had no money and, no understanding of marketing, and the only thing that I really knew were some of the fundamentals I already had, I would go out and I would hit 100 reviews in 90 days like my life depended on it, because if you successfully do that, it will be an absolute game changer for your business. I can assure you, if you did nothing else in your business other than answered your phone, responded to messages, and hit 70, 80 reviews in the Google Map Pack, you would hit six figures no problem. Now that covers the top three sections, the three of the four sections of Google. The last one I didn't cover was search engine optimization, the organic search results, SEO, if you will, and that is one of the, in my biased opinion, that's one of the most valuable things you can do for your business. It's one of our bread and butter services. The problem is that you're not going to rank up extremely fast, right? If you're trying to hit six figures really, really quickly, SEO is not the way to do it. Now, if you're playing for the long game and you really want to future-proof your business, SEO is that. So that's why I didn't cover it in this specific video. And that really just buttons up Google because, like I said earlier, right now homeowners are going to Google, they're looking for your services, they're not finding you, and when you ask yourself, why isn't my phone ringing? That is it, right? They can't find you on Google, so they can't call you. But that was only half of what I wanted to talk about in this video. The other half was Facebook, because as most of you are well aware, when a homeowner needs your service, they do one of those two things. They either go to Google looking for it, or they go to Facebook, more specifically within their local neighborhood community Facebook groups, and then they ask for their neighbors' suggestions on who they should call to have this specific service done. Where also, right now, these other homeowners in these local Facebook groups are not recommending you, so you're not getting any messages because they just don't know that you exist. But there is a right way to do social media and a very wrong way. So I want to share with you the three fundamentals that I really want to stick inside of your brain, because you have to do this a very specific way or you're not going to get the results that I am talking about in this video. The three things are: seek to educate and provide value, document your day and don't think, and consistency. When I say seek to educate and provide value in these groups, what I mean is that you have to understand that the people that are in these groups are homeowners and DIYers. So the content that you post to them should be very interesting and intriguing and not salesy. For example, it would be much better if you took a picture of you in the middle of a house wash or installing a pipe or a piece of equipment and saying, who has ever had this done? Or did you know that chemicals actually clean houses, not the pressure, versus that before and after picture of installing something or cleaning something, right? Because when you make these posts in these local Facebook groups, you want homeowners to think to themselves, that's interesting, or, I wonder how they do that, or, just educating them, because that will get traction on your post. People will comment on it. People will ask questions. But if you're just posting and saying 20% off new customers in your area, like, nobody cares. Nobody wants to be sold to. They're just going to scroll past past it and they're never going to see your post. Which leads me to my second point, which was don't think, but document. And what I mean by this is, oftentimes I hear guys say, like, I don't have time to post on social media. I don't know what to post. And I find that people get really hung up trying to craft or really think of the content that they want to post. It's not that deep, guys. Like, just snap a picture, snap a 5-second video. Like, even if it's terrible, it's better than not posting anything at all. Like, you could take a picture of, a piece of your equipment or a tool that's on your truck and post it in that group and say, who has ever used this specific tool? And I bet you would get like 20 comments of people talking about it. And now you've just created engagement. You've boosted your edge rank, which I won't get into. But those are the types of pieces of content that you should be sharing. So if you compound the fact that you are seeking to educate and provide value and not trying to craft content, but rather document your day and just don't think about the content you're posting, if you leverage that with the third point of consistency, and if you leverage that with the consistency of posting every single day, I'll say that again, every single day. And then you scale that to 10 or 15 local neighborhood homeowner community Facebook groups inside your service area. Doing those things alone, Google aside, is probably enough to get you well over 6 figures. Because what happens is, let me paint a picture for you. So let's say you posted a piece of content and you were taking pictures, you're posting videos, and you're doing this every single day, right? And again, not selling, but providing value. Every single day, the same picture, 10, 15 Facebook groups, right? Now, obviously, no one's going to see that post and go, wow, I need to message this person and see if I can get an estimate for whatever this thing is. But fast forward a few months down the road, when that homeowner needs that specific service, you are going to be at the forefront of their brain. Not to mention, when they go to that group to ask for a recommendation on the service that you provide, a lot of people are going to start to tag you because you've been inside the group, you've been building relationships, you've been commenting, you've been doing all of these things, right? So like that is really the secret sauce of like crushing it with the local Facebook group thing. Now, does it suck to post a piece of content in 10 to 15 local Facebook groups a day? Of course it sucks, right? But you know what else sucks? Not making any money. Now, this strategy is not for the guys who are running 2-3 trucks, but it's more for the guys who are, making a couple grand a week and have more free time on their hands and are trying to be creative with the ways that they can try to hit that 6-figure mark really quickly. Now, fast forward a couple years when you're well over 100 Google reviews and, you're getting a lot of word of mouth referrals, your SEO and your website are kick ass. Like, you won't have to do things like this. You don't have to be in the mud doing this kind of thing or door to door, but these are just some of the things that you kind of have to do if you want to accelerate your business in the early stages. But for now, if you want to scale your business really quickly, these are some of the things that you should be doing. But that pretty much wraps up this video, guys. I hope this video helps you guys out. As always, if you're new here, feel free to hit the subscribe button. I try to put out all kinds of sales and marketing related content for home service businesses. So hope you liked the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one.